This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 955 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today we have a great tip from Jessica Heideman. Jessica joins Stable Scoop co-hosts Glenn the Geek and Helena B. to talk about how important sponsors are to professional riders and how those relationships can have a wide range of benefits. And we'll get right to our tip after this important message from EquestrianCollections.com.
Hi, Glenn, back with you, and I am with Debbie from Equestrian Collections with the Equestrian Collections Product of the Week.
This week, I'm going to be featuring Perry's Metallic Padded Halter. I can't believe I haven't featured these before because they are super cool. I love the colors. What this is a really nice padded halter with the rolled leather chin and the throat, rolled leather throat, and those good snaps. You know, the kind, I don't know what they're called, but the good kind that lay nice and flat against the head. And it's double layered leather. It's Amish made. But the big thing about this is called the contrasting metallic leather halter. And what that is the inside of the cheek piece, the nose, and the crown have some colored leather behind it so that it has just a peak of the color on the sides of the cheek piece and the crown piece and the nose. So it's not overwhelming. It's not like purple or blue. It's just purple or blue. And it's just really, really, really pretty. And they come in some unusual colors, like they have pink and they have copper, which is kind of an orangey color. And they've got turquoise, which is to die for turquoise. And they do have the purple and pink. So they've got a lot of different colors. It's a 1-inch halter, so you can get a nameplate to go on it. It's really, really a nice halter for $90. It's good quality leather with just a peak of color, so you can match it with your stable colors. And I just think it's really, really pretty. Everyone I've seen and everybody who's seen it always goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so pretty." So I think it would be a really good gift for yourself or a friend.
And that's the Perry's Metallic Padded Halters. You can find them at EquestrianCollections.com. Just search for Perry's Metallic, and they'll come up, and all the different colors. I think people don't realize, too, how important the sponsors are to the professional riders.
Absolutely. They're critical.
Yeah, I mean, like you have that relationship with Carrots, and I'm sure some others, and those sponsorships, even if it's just product, it's money you don't have to spend on the product. It really is.
Well, and it's wonderful.
It really helps you keep you going.
Yeah, it's wonderful having a relationship. I actually met Steuben, one of my sponsors, through the trade shows, and the trade shows, offer me an opportunity to get to keep up with them, but just having a sponsor that has a product that you believe in, that you can focus your energies in and have somebody to talk to. So, whenever I go and talk to the people at Steuben, they're so knowledgeable about the saddles, but also about their bits. And I learn something every time I get to make that connection. And having a company that you get to be very focused in sort of how you're learning and what you're learning. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed by everything that's out there, all the different, brands of products that are out there, trying to figure out what's best for you, your program, and your horse.
Well, now
it's true. It's true. I spent some time at the trade show learning about bits or talking to a bit manufacturer, and your sponsorships are really more than just a company giving you product or funding some of your efforts. It is about a partnership with them. You can learn from them. You can connect with them. You can network with them. You can rely on them. In a sport like ours, you rely very heavily on the safety and performance of your equipment. I mean, we're barrel-assing down the countryside and on horseback, we kind of have to rely on our equipment. So, other than like maybe skiing or hang gliding or something, what other sport really does your life depend on the quality of your equipment? Even apparel has to perform to that extent. So you do develop these relationships with your sponsors. So I think that's a really important point to make for our listeners. It's worth digging into the industry behind the sport.
Well, and just the relationship, being able to then also draw on their knowledge as competitors, we'll end up a little bit jack of all trades. I consider myself very well versed in veterinary care and farrier care and horse health and, equipment and apparel and supplements. But of course, I'm not an expert in any of those things. So having somebody that you can turn to and ask those questions is just absolutely critical to the success of the program.
Jessica, before we let you go, what's the hard? You're a professional trainer, rider. I mean, you do it all. You run a barn along with your sister and everything. What's the hardest thing about being a professional in the eventing world?
Oh boy,
what's your biggest challenge? Let me reword that.
Well, okay, actually, that's relatively easy. In a season like this, my biggest challenge and something that I strive for and I push my students to strive for is a healthy balance in your life. So it's one of the reasons that I ski and hike and climb mountains. It's so important to have a focus in your program, but it's also so important sometimes to take a step back and, really live and enjoy this world that we have around us. And as a professional, it can be a trap sometimes to put your head down and soldier on and get stuck in the day-to-day goings-on of the barn, whatever that might be. And, okay, I'm packing for another horse show, and so-and-so is sick, and who's going to take care of this while I'm gone? Those things are critical. But if you never take a step back and take a breath and look at the whole picture, you run the risk of not enjoying what you're doing. And I think it's so important to just be so excited and thankful every time you walk into the barn and every time you get on a horse to compete or get on a horse to train or get on a horse to go for a trail ride. We're really lucky to be professionals in this sport, and it's hard work, but you want to make sure that you have a balance where you stay thankful and stay feeling very lucky.
Wow, that's well said. And, it's true of it's true of anybody who has a passion for any sport or hobby or whatever, but it's more so for us because we have those horses that are in the mix that need our care and attention too. So, you could be a runner or a swimmer and you could be as obsessed with that particular sport, but you don't have that other thing that is also taking up your time and really does become consuming to the point where you're there 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're never doing anything else.
Yeah, it's an easy place to slip into. And you have to, there's no way that you could ever do it yourself. You need to have a good support system because you do still have to take care of the animal.
Right. Yep, that's true. Well, and that's going to tie in very nicely to what Helene and I are talking about next, which is the 25 signs you spend too much time around horses. So that'll be what's coming up next. We're going to let you go, Jessica. So have a great time this weekend. Good luck, and we'll be looking for the results on your Facebook page. And you guys have a website, too. What is that?
CaneLakeStables.com. Cane is spelled C-A-I-N, Lake Stables.
Very good. CaneLakeStables.com. Have fun, Jessica.
Well, there you go. You can tune in each week to the Stable Scoop radio show by going to stablescoop.com, or you can have all of your favorite Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go by downloading the Horse Radio Network app for free. Go to your iPhone or Android app store and search Horse Radio Network. This podcast was made possible through the generous support of EquestrianCollections.com. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Horse Tip Daily, you can contact us by emailing Glenn with 2 N's at horseradionetwork.com, and we'd be happy to help you out. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.